What's a genuinely good company that isn't just greedy? Shout out to my company. We're an employee-owned civil engineering firm, one of the largest in the US. Great pay and benefits, annual bonus based on earnings last year was 7 of my salary, preferred shares, paid volunteer time off, holiday bonus, fully remote if desired, plus free healthcare, no co-pays or premiums for singles. Bonds. After my first year, I told my boss I wanted to work in our downtown office during day baseball games so I could attend. She was like, well, as long as you get your work done, that's fine. Ponds. There's a reason people stay here for 30 years. I love my company. Apparently every company I've ever worked for, especially my current job. I've worked for them for 2 years and they've regularly reported record profits, while also not only not giving any raises, but also adding increasingly higher goalposts for us to meet that are virtually impossible. So rather than pay us what we're actually worth, they dangle that behind, yes, but you also need to sell this many units at such and such price point every single transaction, or else you're getting a lease, we're legally obliged to pay you. Haven't worked for them myself, but In-N-Out Burger. Their entry-level wage is well above minimum, and I read years ago that a manager with the proper training and credentials could make her up a year plus. They haven't compromised on quality and consistency. I don't ever clearly remember them getting an order wrong in the dozens and dozens of times I've eaten there in my life. It's still family-owned from what I can tell, and it doesn't show any signs of selling out. Akujinu Juice plus 100 staff made an apology video when they decided to increase the price of their signature ice pop from 60 yen set in 1991 to 70 yen in 2016. Hello. Company was also known for some innovative flavors pick. Pons. Left corn chowder success, sold out within 2 days. How? Mid cream stew also a success. How? Right Napolitan pasta flopped. I love that this question was asked. We should strive to make companies that reward customers and employees alike. Set a finite number for what any role gets in proportion to what they actually do. Pons. There's no genius idea at this point that deserves to slurp up all the money. Treat the workers and reward customers with deals that feel better than ever. It's all just money moving around. Pons. Don't spoil either party, but don't suck it dry and be a piece of shit. This isn't Bay Area company, but Sports Basement. They are a locally owned chain of sports equipment store that holds events, ski bus, run bike events, and every purchase they donate 10 back to the community. Pons. They hold yearly parking lot sales and their return policy is akin to Costco. I've yet to meet an angry employee there, and it's just a good vibe every time I shop there. Pons. Serpo. How? There's a mythical company known as Fluff Unicorn Enterprises. They specialise in rainbows, smiles, and spreading joy without demanding your firstborn or charging extra for unicorn hugs. Their business model is so generous that rumour has it they once gave a discount just for telling a good dad joke at the checkout counter. Unfortunately, finding their headquarters is like hunting for leprechaun gold, elusive and surrounded by giggles. Quick Trip. Every single one I've been in had genuinely happy employees. The managers are actually super enthusiastic to work there, and there is almost always at least one employee in each shift who has worked there for more than 5 years. Pons. For reference, this is a gas station convenience store chain. Pons. They have extremely high quality standards, and keeping their employees happy and well compensated must be a core value for the company. Washa. It's basically set up to generate money for charity. 94 shares held by charity, 6 by Bosch family. It's a private company, so they aren't driven by fund managers towards short-term goals. Pons. I'm at neutral since 2020. Pons. They also happen to invest double on our D to the industry average. Pons. They are my first preference when buying tools or appliances, as they are reasonably priced and last quite well. Look, there is a million things to criticise about Google, but overall if you look at how they treat their employees, especially those lower level, and compare it to how Amazon treats their factory workers, I think for being one of the top, largest companies in the world, Google deserves a little bit of credit. But I fully agree that anything there should be countered with a healthy amount of criticism. During COVID, the senior leadership at Raising Cane's didn't take a salary so that they could avoid shutting down locations and laying people off. For locations closed temporarily, They bought sewing machines and paid the crew members to make masts. Their chicken may not be the best, though don't get me wrong, it is very good. But I will always be happy to support them because of their COVID response. Wolf Sub-Zero, same company. The products are expensive, but there's a very good reason. They spend millions in research and development before releasing anything. It has to be just right. Their quality control and customer service is unmatched. Fourth generation family company, never publicly traded. The least greedy appliance company by far. In-N-Out Burger. Pons. Still privately owned, pay and treat their employees very well, barely raise prices during the last few years, plus their burgers are the most consistent quality and delicious. They also fund efforts to combat human trafficking. Pons. What more could you ask for in a company, let alone a fast food company? Fritz Cola, a soft drink company from Hamburg. Not only their products are the best quality, I think their cola is better than Coca-Cola, but they also do lots of good. They are left-leaning, did a funny anti-Trump campaign a few years back. They regularly donate to charities that save refugees from the sea, etc. Not Google, but Google Fiber. Best ISP I've ever had. It's too much of a good thing, and I know Google will abandon it like they abandon everything else. Pons. Acerbo. Oh. Cheap, reliable, fast. I can count on my hands how many times I've had an outage that lasted longer than 5-10 minutes. You want Google Fiber. Costco. They have fiercely loyal employees. They pay well, provide growth opportunities, provide insurance. Most of their executive team are lifers who started their careers and grew. Pons. For such a massive company to have never really diverted from their founding principles, that's a rarity. Certified B companies. It's a voluntary program companies can apply for. They have to meet certain criteria in several categories such as sustainability, societal impacts, safe working environments, fair and equal wages, etc. The symbol is just a capital B inside of a circle in black ink. Tony's, bread chocolate with a great mission, is clear about that they are trying to source safe free labour, but can't promise it. Pons. On top of that, they ensure that cocoa farmers are paid fairly. They are duking it against the big companies to create lasting improvement. They're not perfect by any means, but Bob's Red Mill seems to be relatively not evil. The owner turned the whole company employee-owned, and it doesn't look like they've been embroiled in any major controversies. They just seem to pay decently and make tasty granola. I can't believe nobody has brought up Aldi. Their employees get paid well. They always seem happy. The stores are always clean, fully stocked, and the prices are instantly cheap along with random items you would never expect to find there. Plus the middle aisle ikick. Drop out the successor to College Humor. Sam Reich is actively trying to run it as ethically as possible. Even share the profits from last year with talent and crew instead of giving it all to shareholders like most companies. Plus their content is hilarious. Dick's Burgers in Seattle. Pons. Their prices are unmatched by any other fast food in the area. They pay their employees a good bit above the minimum city wage, offer tuition reimbursement, career advancement, open late night, and also serve great food as well. Darn Tough socks are the best, period. It is better to own one pair of Darn Toughs than 20 pairs of garbage Mikeys, Hanes or whatever. If they ever break down, you send them back and get new socks. Apparently the company is pretty fair to the employees too. One for the musicians' producers image line. Bell Studio is an awesome bit of software and very fairly priced. Once you've bought it, you get lifetime free updates, and they keep throwing in new awesome stuff like the stem splitter. The Lomire's just some dudes that started making hair ties for guys and proceeds go to children with hair loss. They went on Shark Tank and blew up. Now they donate tons of hair and money. Good priced products for a solid cause. Thursday boots. $200 handcrafted quality leather. Goodyear Welt boots. Free shipping, free returns, unmatched customer service, and generous partial refunds in the case of slight defects on boots that you opt not to return. Gay mess top. The company has no debt, about $1 billion in the bank, and a motivated so that takes $0 salary, and hates overpaid consultants and people who don't want to work. All this while trying to constantly please the consumer. Prosa. How? They support open source development by publishing open source firmware for their January 6, 2024 printers, as well as providing January 6, 2024 models for free. They're just overall a really awesome company and make some top-notch machines. Costco not only gets good deals for its members, it treats its employees well and even has rules to protect suppliers from becoming overly dependent on Costco, which reduces Costco's ability to have leverage over them. Brother printers. My laser printer has been running since I don't know when, at least 10 years now, and I really don't remember when I last changed the toner. Absolute solid tech. Edit wow. It's my 10-year cake day what? I don't know much in terms of their corporate structure, but I think Trader Joe's is a very reliable company. Very reasonable prices, and every employee I have interacted with seem very genuinely happy to work there. They are expensive, but they sell good stuff and have an unbelievable return policy. They close on Black Friday to give their employees the day off. They seem like they are dedicated to the outdoors. Sawyer. They donate 90% of their profits. They provide clean water via their filters for 27 million people. They educate them on how to take care of them too. What they're doing is really good work. All Elite Wrestling. They let their performers also work for independent companies on the side if they're not being used on TV and are open to collaborate with other pro wrestling companies. Cotopaxi uses recycled, repurposed, or responsibly sourced materials to make their gear. Donates one of sales to help impoverished communities. Climate neutral and B Corp company. Perhaps don't know much, but I really get the sense that the staff there loves the outdoors and thus the products. I personally feel like a kid in a candy shop when I'm there.